imagination.
So now I'm standing here at the Chocolate River with Mr. and I'm going to ask him some questions. So, how did you meet Roald Dahl?
I met Roald Dahl when he was on holiday in London. When I walked out of the chocolate store, just 2 blocks away from my hotel, he ran into me without looking. He apologized and offered me to get a cup of tea. I asked him if a cup of hot chocolate was good as well.
Yes. The very first time I've met Roald, that was in the grocery store in the biscuit section. And he was very surprised by my enormous amount of cookies that I had in my shopping bag. Nah.
Oh, I've known Roald for a very, very long time. From since he went to school in Derbyshire, I think. Yeah. Cadbury and I went there to let the kids test some of our new chocolate bars. When Roald was asked about his opinion about the bars, it was immediately clear that the guy knew more than just a thing or two about sweets.
So, what kind of man was he?
Oh, he was absolutely delightful, even near the end of his life. Very loving and caring, and he don't pass on a bottle of Frobscottle every once in a while.
Oh, he was such a charming fella. Very tall, compassionate, and not to mention handsome. I almost fell in love with him when I first saw him. Oh.
Fair nonsense, I say. The scumbag was a miserable man. He didn't even have a big spiky beard like mine. Ooh, a piece of spaghetti from yesterday. Still tasty.
Oh, he was a delightful, wonderful man. Polite, charming, gentle, and above all, he had an amazing sense of humor. He always embraced his inner child.
He was such a jolly, fun man. Always the life and soul of the party. Truly, he was one of the sweetest men I've ever met.
How do you think Roald would describe you in one word?
A good dancer, singer, of course.
That is a hard question. I would say, in one word, skinny. Yeah. Yeah, skinny.
Oh well, I would say bubbly. He always tell me not to whisper, but secretly even he do it and love it. That human being has an amazing sense of humor.
Maybe very filthy.
But certainly hilarious. We love pulling jokes on each other, isn't it, old heart?
It is.
Wife, fetch me some beer. I'm thirsty.
Certainly, dear.
Yes, Roald was a man of humor too. You know, he really liked a good laugh. Hey, where's my beer?
It is coming.
It is coming.
Here you are, dear.
Thanks, old heart.
And was Roald a family man?
Yes, he very much were. Although he don't always showed it. He always secretly asked me for extra sweet drinks with amazing little human beings. They were so fun to be around. Tessa, Ophelia, Theo, all of them.
Yes, his wife and children were his entire world, you see. He loved them, though he didn't always show it that clearly, because, you know, he often was writing books in his writing hut. But trust me, he was an amazing father.
I think his lovely children had the biggest impact on his writing. They were the reason he would start writing children's stories. My favorite book of his was dedicated to his son Theo.
We do not bother.
Children are stupid. As are wives.
Hey, you pumpkinhead! Stupid fool!
And did you go to his funeral?
Ah, yes, I remember that day. It was a black day. But the sun was shining, just as Roald would have liked it. Willy Wonka, our boss in the chocolate factory, actually gave us the day off. He gave us the day off because we were all invited to his funeral.
No, we didn't. We were way too busy catching birds for our famous bird pies.
Those sticky bastards.
Oh, yes! I even brought along some of my employees, you know, Oompa Loompa, you know those? since they also knew him well. I even had the honor of giving him a short speech, even though I'm not really a tough cookie when it comes to sad things.
Oh, yes, we did. We left all of our royal duties for what they were just to attend his funeral. It was simple, but very intimate, and everyone he deeply cared about was there, just as he would have wanted it.
I remembers it like it was yesterday. All human beings who was close to him were there, even the Queen. I even make a special final drink for him, because deep down, he was still a little human being.
Which passions did Roald have, aside from writing?
Oh, flying, of course. He once flew over the factory with his goddamn plane.
Oh, yes. He was very fond of flying, you know. He served as an army pilot during the Second World War, yeah.
Stop bleeding about flying. It reminds me of that damn polybird that tricked us. Oh, I hate that.
Oh, I hate that bird too.
The Swiss popping cat?
Oh, well, he was fascinated by so many things, and good at so many other things. I would say his true passion would be his family. After all, he did write the book The BFG for his daughter, Olivia, and the other book, Charlie in a Chocolate Factory, for Theo, his son.
Oh, sweets, of course. Besides having a great taste, he also knew so much about candy. The two of us could go on for hours just talking about various treats I brought him.
If you had a last chance to talk to Roald, what would you say?
Oh, I would thank him. He is such a generous man. He took us on city trips every year.
Well, if he would be still alive, I would share a cookie with him, because he's such a delightful and tasteful man.
I would say sweet dreams and thank you for being a fantastic friend.